Hello guys and welcome to SteveKnows. We have a ton of virtual reality news stories to share with you today, such as Minecraft news, the new PlayStation 5, Apple's genius way of implementing augmented reality that's just blown my mind. We also have virtual reality for good, making the world a better place. So let's just get started. There's so many good ones here. So first of all, I'd like to highlight a game that is on SideQuest that recently got a big update and is going to get an even bigger one. And it's one that I missed, but it's actually a really decent SideQuest title in terms of visuals, its stability, content size. Arrows is a defensive game where you will use a bow and arrow, of course, to protect different environments from oncoming enemies. Bow and arrow is a classic virtual reality mechanic that I just love. This game has 9 levels with a whopping 27 more coming soon. You have 3 different worlds for you to play in. There is the Viking lands, there is the medieval period, and the dynasty at all different times of the day, which will determine the waves of enemies that you will have to defend against. So if you're playing at night, there'll be 15 waves. If you're playing at noon, there'll be 10 waves, and it goes on and on. As well as the bow and arrow, you will also have fire and ice powers that give you the ability to deal more damage if you're using fire, or if you're using ice, it will slow down the enemies to a crawl. This is a very simple game, just done well. A ton of fun, especially if you're looking for some time to kill. It's free. Enjoy. So let's talk about hand tracking now being used over a network, so it can be used in games such as VR chat to improve our expression. So hand tracking is making advancements with a new demo being shown by Daniel Beauchamp. You may know his handle Push Matrix from when he did the Beat Saber AR concept. That was pretty amazing. So this new demo is making the use of hand tracking capabilities in an online setting, allowing a user to be more expressive. Upload VR were lucky enough to actually try out this tech, and they had expressed some thoughts on this demo, such as the hands didn't disappear when the tracking wasn't sure where your hand position or pose was, like it currently does when we're using the Oculus software now, where if it can't pick us up, the hands disappear. This led to confusion and nausea. So it's nice to know there is actually a reason for this Oculus restriction to do with our hands. In this video clip, we see floaty balls with hands, although very simple. Seeing the hands in action here really did add another layer of presence, which is incredibly important in games such as VR chat or other social platforms. So if this is actually working well, hopefully we'll see it soon in some official Oculus Quest Store games, because submissions have been open for a month now. I'd like to see this in a game such as Poker Stars. That would be really great, so you can pick up your cards, throw them down, flip people the finger if they win the all-in pot. Now Fast Travel Games have announced a rather creepy, deep game from the studio called Wrath the Oblivion Afterlife. The title alone induces fear and curiosity. The game is set in a world full of creatures from games such as vampires and werewolves, so fans of the game will be able to step into that universe for the first time in virtual reality. And a quote here to give you a good understanding of what to expect from this game from the creative director at Vertigo Games. I'm a big fan of Amnesia, The Dark Descent, and Alien Isolation. I've always felt that that kind of narrative-driven, exploration-focused horror that these titles deliver would be perfect for virtual reality. This is very early though. The game's full trailer is expected to drop in August 27th, so just to make you aware of it, stay tuned. I love this story, one that is using virtual reality for good, enabling us to be better and more understanding. There is a new app being developed that uses virtual reality technology to help people learn sign language. So this is utilizing the Oculus Quest and its hand tracking capabilities, and it has 2 modes. The first is Learn mode, where you can learn 23 words and the alphabet in sign language, as well as a test mode for you to test your knowledge and reinforce your learning. The app is currently limited to the German language, but it is expected to be open source soon, so people can update it, expand it, change it any way that they seem fit to make it more robust or featureful. This is available on SideQuest right now, so go and show the developer some support, download the game, provide some feedback, because this can be incredibly helpful for people who are deaf, or perhaps you have a mute in the family. I love this story. One on Apple. We are aware that Apple is creating a pair of augmented and virtual reality goggles that are expected to be out within the next few years. They've also been buying AR event companies, so at this point I don't think it's any secret that Apple are doing this. But we've not had much insight into what their vision is, and no, that pun was not intended. But we now have a patent that's been submitted from Apple for a mixed reality pair of glasses. And we know that patents don't really mean anything, they're not really concrete. It could just be they just want to own some intellectual property to prevent others using this technology. But it really is an interesting solution. It's genius. As it doesn't want to use displays, it wants to emit light straight into our eyes. Think about how we see objects now. Light is reflecting off those objects into our eyes. It's the same concept. And it's supposed to eliminate eye strain that we all experience currently with modern displays when our eyes are trying to focus depth at the same time. So on the side of the glasses, it will emit light into a mirror which will reflect to the center of another curved mirror that will then reflect into our eyes. This is such a genius solution, but I'm not sure if it's going to work in the real world, but the guy behind the idea did create Apple's True Depth camera, so there is some knowledge there with the creator of this pattern. Just time will tell now. Let me know your thoughts down below. So I have to spend a little minute here speaking on the PlayStation 5 as it was just revealed, and there are a ton of memes. I think it's hilarious. The design is very, very interesting. They've gone bold, they've made a statement, that's for sure. And this is what's going to power the new generation of virtual reality gaming on the Sony platform. But during this reveal, they also showed a bunch of accessories, and one of them was a new HD camera for the system, which we know Sony's PlayStation VR uses for positional tracking. This is also a stereo camera, so it's very likely that this camera is for virtual reality. So we have a new PlayStation camera with high quality resolution and modern sensory hardware, and that should provide better tracking for the original PlayStation VR that would require this method still. Especially if this camera can reach higher refresh rates than 60Hz, it would be much more detailed. So I'm hoping this provides a better experience for all of us for the next generation of PlayStation VR. Please again, let me know your thoughts on this system's design. It's a big talking point right now, and I'm really curious to hear your thoughts. So Questers, I know a lot of you want Minecraft. We even signed a petition to try and have at least have it considered for this system, but yet we have heard nothing. But now it seems Sony have beat us to it. PlayStation VR may be getting Minecraft before us. We became aware of this when a publication reported that there was a build for the game for PlayStation 4 as an internal build in version 2.03. And apparently, according to Road to VR, the game on the PlayStation Store is on 2.06. So this has been in development for a while, at least a few months, trying to port this game to the PlayStation VR platform. And in the developer notes from a couple of days ago, it says that the PlayStation VR feature has been completed. So it seems there is potential that any day now you may hear an announcement for Minecraft coming to PlayStation VR, which is the largest virtual reality platform user base, now having access to one of the largest games in virtual reality. This hasn't been officially announced though, so please bear in mind that it may not happen. It could have just been some internal developers seeing what was possible, testing some features and nothing more. Because Microsoft do own Minecraft, so why would they allow it on the Sony platform? It will make a ton of money, I'm sure that's why. And we've also seen better relationships over the past year between competitors. So only time will tell, I can't wait to find out. So that's it from me today, guys. Thanks for watching to the end of the video and sticking around to get caught up on the latest and greatest virtual reality news. Please stick around for next time by subscribing. Thanks to my patrons, you absolute legends. Happy gaming, guys. Good day.